world, my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about ranking all 5 101 Dalmatians films. Now, if you know, if you pay attention to the release date of movies on Disney Plus, you know that Cruella finally came out free on Disney Plus this weekend. And because of that, I wanted to do some rankings that are similar to Cruella, whether it's Disney remakes or 101 Dalmatians films. And today we're starting off with the 101 Dalmatians movies. Then later I'll have my Disney remakes tier list. But with that said, let's get started talking about all 5 101 Dalmatians movies ranked. So let's just kind of start with the positives because we can get those out real quick. The positives on 102 Dalmatians is that I like the new characters that we get introduced to. Our two new human good characters have good chemistry with one another, and I like that little character with the parrot that thinks he's a bird but then he's actually not, and it has some payoff in the end. But beyond that, and some cute puppies, the whole movie is just terrible. It does something so tricky with Cruella's character. She becomes good, she loves 100 Dalmatians, she loves Dalmatians, and now she becomes crazy again, and then she tries to do the same thing she did, and then she gets battered with cake mix and stuff, and it does not make sense at all. So easily this was one that I'm not really going to rewatch, and it's also just too long, and there's a lot of plot lines that just do not fit in a G-rated film. Okay, so from here on out, I think every single movie up to this point in time is good. But of the good movies on this list, 101 Dalmatians, the remake, just feels kind of forgettable of all of them. And the reason why I say that is because, there are good stuff in it. I like the heist element at the end where it kind of feels like Home Alone, where Horace and Jasper get beaten up by the dogs and stuff, and all these tricks and stuff. So I like how it's kind of like a heist movie. I also like how they focus on this video game person that's playing video games. That's a cool, clever plotline that ends up good in the end. And the way certain scenes happen, they are good. But just in general, I just feel like it's too long, and there's not really many scenes that I really remember. And it's not really a film I would go back and watch often. But I still do like it though. Okay, so, this is another good film, but honestly, this isn't the best, movie of the summer. But, I did like it. I kind of found it predictable. There was a plot line with Patch and this hero dog that he watched from TV that I did like. The stuff with Cruella I didn't really like. I liked how Jasper and Horace did the same thing again. They got revenge, but overall, it's kind of clever, but then goes back to the same elements of the original film. But it's a okay direct-to-video sequel. Okay, so if you know me, when I heard that they were making a Cruella film, I was not really excited for it. Just because, first off, I didn't really think Emma Stone could really play the part. Now, of course, in every role that Emma Stone has played, whether it's Gwen Stacy in the Amazing Spider-Man films, or Eep in the Croods movie, well, that's probably a role that you don't really mention her, because it's not really popular, but it's still a role she did. And then she also played someone in La La Land, and so she's done a lot of great stuff. But her playing Cruella, this psychopath, this psycho, never really made sense to me. And I never really knew her backstory. So I went into this film knowing really nothing, and the trailers didn't really excite me because I just didn't know what I'm looking at. There were some shots that were pretty clever, but let's just talk about the film. I was totally surprised with this film, and I was totally wrong. This movie is so good. The way that it tells the story of Cruella just does it in such a great thing. And let's just say this. I was wrong about Emma Stone. Emma Stone proved me wrong. She was excellent as Cruella, as younger Cruella. She fit the role so well. Every time she made an entrance with a new costume or something, or a new design, she killed it, she nailed it. It was just great. All her interactions with people were so good, where she's like, I'm just getting started, darling. Like, I love that. Because that's technically how she is in the 101 Dalmatians movie. And then also just Horace and Jasper get all these little moments together. There's these two dogs that Jasper and Cruella adopt, and it's kind of cool the way they adopt them. There's this funny scene with, I believe, Horace, and he's like, I'm definitely gonna kiss you on the mouth right now, and I don't care where it's been. And me and my sister were cracking up at that scene. And they just find so many clever ways to do the costume designs and music. There's a lot of familiar songs, which honestly, the music was a little bit weird at times, but I think most of the songs fit the movie. It also just has a lot of great emotions and twists and turns that I did not see coming. Some of them didn't really work, and some of the storytelling here was a little weird, and some of the pacing was a little bit way too fast. It was a little bit hard for me to process it, but overall the movie was very good, and the end credit scene, in the way it sets up the actual film of 101 Dalmatians, is perfect. So I really like this film, but unfortunately it's not a number one on this list. This is just the definition of a Disney Silver Age classic, because they really do make it is a classic of Disney. They tell an original story with original characters in an original world, where they have this story about a guy named Roger having a boy Dalmatian dog, and a girl named Anita who has a dog named Perdita, and they fall in love and have 101 puppies. And there's this psychopath that wants to get them to make fur coats out of them, and the dog's kidnapped, and it's up to them to find their way back home. And it's just done with all this cleverness. The music is also good with the Cruella de Vil song, as well as just, I think Cruella works in this movie. We don't get a lot of her, but I think that the stuff that they put in her here for her was great. That scene where he's resurrecting the puppy, that is an amazing scene. It's probably my favorite scene of the entire film. And there's also just really good animation bits, and I like the style of the film. So overall, it really just does everything you like about Disney animation and just that. So for me, it comes in at number 1 as my favorite 101 Dalmatians film. And that's my ranking for all 5 101 Dalmatians movies. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram is Marvel6 and my TikTok is Marvel1Fan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my back section to follow me on all social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same as Instagram, Marvel_6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.